Now, when you did the hub radio, you weren't thinking about politics at the time,
Not
right?
at all.
So you were just talking about what initially?
I was just talking about everything that we dealt with on a day-to-day basis, and then over time, I'm realizing that we're getting a voice, a name for ourselves within the city. People are kind of noticing who we are and interested in coming onto the show. And then having more conversation with some family and friends, I'm realizing how much politics has to do with what goes on in the streets and how it just trickles down. And I'm looking at the numbers in Compton. So that's 100,000 people in Compton, but the average age is 25, but the average voter is 55. So here it is on a scale where we're most affected, we're not being represented or representing ourselves because we're not engaging in the process. So at that point, I was like, well, maybe we need to shift the focus a little bit to, instead of the entertainment aspect of everything, let's kind of talk about some of the things that's happening in our own backyards. Because we were talking about police shootings that was happening. We're talking about gang shootings that was happening. Just all these different things that we were affected with by day to day. And so now let's have this discussion. Let's talk about it with the people that are responsible for making some of these decisions. There's been a decision, let's say, to have AR-15s and assault rifles in schools. We passed a law that says, the Compton PD, school PD, can have automatic rifles at our schools, high schools, elementaries, all this. So does that concern you? And it's like, damn, my kid goes to that school. So yeah, it concerns me. Now we're getting older now. We're 25, we're 26, Now it's like we got to take a different response. We're a little more responsible now. And so that's what started to bring me into it. Like, you know who voted for that? And then we start identifying the people that voted for that. It's like, okay, well, these are people that's controlling what's going on in your community. And so now I'm bringing them on for interviews. Now I'm talking to them, mayors, the governors, senators, man, city attorneys, city managers, council people, clerks, everybody. Everybody has anything to do with my community. I'm bringing them on the show. We're going to talk. We're going to figure out what their role is. And we're going to talk about how we can get involved and play a role. And over time, it just started to grow and grow. And started to see we had a bigger influence than I originally thought we did. Now we're getting more people engaged in the voting process. We've been hosting voter registration events, community events, bringing more people out, bringing the politicians to where we're at. And now they're vying for our votes because it's a voter registration. Now we got 200 voters here now. We got 300 voters here now. Now they got to pay attention to what you're saying because you actually have a say-so now, as opposed to, they don't vote no way. We ain't got to pay attention to nothing they talking about. So that was the angle for the Hub Radio. And it just started to grow into some other things, man, and it put me to where I'm at today, to where I just wanted to play a bigger role in developing my community.
Now, when you think of Compton politics, and maybe the average person doesn't know the Compton politics history, it's like covered with federal investigation after federal investigation.
I do think that there is a microscope on Compton and black politicians, period, but Compton specifically. But also, to add to that, we have to take responsibility ourselves for where we lack at. There's no way, considering the conditions that Compton is in today and has been for the last 30 plus years, that the council person or the mayor job is part-time. It should not be part-time. It can't be. We have too many issues to deal with for that to be a part-time position. We don't pay our politicians but $600 and $700 a month as a council person or a mayor. Who can do anything?
Is that for real?
No, that's exactly what it is. So you're getting paid $600. I'm fighting to get paid for $600 a month. That's what I'm fighting for.
So what's the annual salary? Like $7,000 or something?
It's something small like that, man. And
Why is that? Because a Los Angeles City Council person makes over $100,000 a year, I believe.
You're right. I mean, they make a lot more. A lot of different cities make a lot more money than we do, and that is, I like to think that that's a leading cause. I mean, you're asking people that don't have a job to manage hundreds of $1,000,000 while we give you $600 a month. People will try to figure out some kind of way to compensate for their time. If you know, for me, I have 3 different businesses, so I'm not looking for this to be my cash cow. I'm looking for this to. I don't even want to be a politician. I enjoy saying what I want to say, doing what I want to do, going where I want to go without being under the microscope. I never even wanted to do this. I'm only doing this because I felt like I was the only one that cared enough to do the right thing, that has been doing it, and that has no. I'm not looking for a financial benefit in it. And I think that was the way our charter was written, you know.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.